and gentlemen, welcome to what is going to be part one, possibly, of a two-part Survivor Series predictions. If you can't tell, we just got done doing
we're
Raw.
going to break kayfabe. Usually we like to pretend that we are doing this at the end of the week, but...
No. This is right after...
Spoiler alert, this is what happens every time we do one of these prediction videos.
Yeah.
Why is it a spoiler alert?
I don't know.
You're ruining it!
Breaking the fourth wall
Because
here.
I only come out here once a week.
Colt Cabana, how you doing?
Kind of far away.
Yeah.
So
So do I, but...
No.
So as of Raw, there's only 5 matches set for Survivor Series.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about those 5 matches right now, and if more matches are announced on SmackDown or maybe even on Main Event, we will do a second part video where it'll more than likely just be me and Kevin Hawk, possibly Thomas Wolf joining us.
Who knows?
But we will have more predictions added later in the playlist. So let's go.
Maybe it'll just be Thomas Wolf.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a fucking swerve?
I'll be at home and I'll get a text. It's like, hey, we can't do the video, so I'll have to like record one on my phone and
That's
then
right.
just upload it.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. But let's go ahead and kick this off. We're going to start with what originally we thought was going to be a Survivor Series style match, but is now just a tag team match where Bray Wyatt gets to pick 2 members of the Wyatt family to take on the Brothers of Destruction.
Do we get to make it a 2-pointer?
Yeah, let's make this a 2-pointer.
Okay,
you know what? This will be a 3-pointer.
Oh
shit.
If you can guess 1 or 2 of who's
So
going
you
to
get
be
a
on...
point for whichever
Whichever Wyatt family member you get right, you get a point for each one,
So you can get 2 points there.
and then
A
you get a
for the
point
winner.
for the winner.
Okay.
Wow.
So-
I don't think we've ever had a single match
this
with
is
3 points.
this is a spiffy one. I just hope they don't fucking ruin this and announce it on SmackDown.
Yeah.
We'll just award pre-Survivor Series points if they announce it on SmackDown. So let's go and kick it off. Thomas Wolf. Who do you think is going to get picked from the Wyatt family, and who do you think's winning this tag team match?
Okay, so I was gonna...
Were you hoping I was going to pick Kevin first?
I was gonna hope to go last because I wanted to make sure to pick different.
You got
I'll go first.
All right.
Okay.
Kevin Hawk. Who's getting picked on the Wyatt family?
I'm going with it right now. Initially, I thought Harper and Rowan, just because they've been the established team of the group. But I'm going to change my mind and actually go with Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman.
Ooh. All right. And do you see the Wyatt family picking up the win, or are the Brothers of Destruction going to take it?
I'll give it to Taker and Kane.
All right. I am going to go, as far as Wyatt family members, I'm going to say it's going to be Luke Harper and Braun Strowman. Just because they've been building Strowman as the big destroyer, so he's going to be the one that they're going to really throw at the Brothers of Destruction. Luke Harper, who's going to be the stronger of the two as far as working-wise, and actually be able to keep an entertainment value on the Wyatt family side, which will allow for a possible interference from Bray Wyatt from the outside. But I still am giving the win to the Brothers of Destruction just because it is the 25 years of The Undertaker.
Okay, well, I said I was going last to make sure I could pick different. And I didn't like the team I had settled on originally, but now I've convinced myself this is what's going to happen.
Okay.
So my prediction is it's going to be Strowman and Rowan.
Oh. Strowman.
Yeah.
Tag team name.
The Sheep Brothers.
Oh.
Brothers of the Sheepskin. The Brothers of the Sheepskin.
Are you Jamaican all of a sudden?
The Brothers of the Sheepskin Man. Oh, God.
Because what I think is going to happen...
That's a terrifying thought in my head, is I just heard, the Brothers of the Sheepskin Man.
That's a fucking urban legend somewhere in the world.
Creepypasta just came out with that tomorrow.
If you do that, we want credit.
So, well, what I think is going to happen is that this feud is going to go on for a while.
Okay.
And I think that Taker and Kane are going to start taking out the Wyatt family one by one. I think they're going to start by sacrificing Eric Rowan.
So, kind of since he was the last.
Yeah.
He's the most recent re-addition to the Wyatt family.
Yeah. Also, I think he's the I think he's the weak link of the Wyatt family.
I think we all agree with it. Yeah, for sure.
So if they take him out, there's more potential for better matches later than if they take out Harper or Strowman first.
Okay.
Alright,
so we're getting.
How ironic would it be if they start with Bray Wyatt?
Alright, so we're getting Strowman and Rowan as your team. Who's taking the win?
I'm gonna also go with Taker and Kane.
Alright.
Because of that thing I said. They're
gonna starting a Survivor Series. They're gonna work their way down to just Bray Wyatt, and then maybe do a rematch between Wyatt and Taker.
Maybe it'll get down to Strowman and Wyatt, and then they'll take Kane out to put Taker alone, and then he'll be able to take Strowman out, and then at that point it's just 1-on-1.
All right, 3 points on the line for that match. We're gonna move on to our first of 2 title matches. The highlight of Raw, a great way to go off the end. We have a very emotional battle. We have Paige looking to reclaim, getting her 3rd Divas Championship when she takes on the Divas Champion, Charlotte. I'm going to have you start this one, Thomas. Who do you think's winning the Divas title?
I am firmly thinking Charlotte.
All right.
I think
firmly about Charlotte all the time.
And thinking about Charlotte makes me firm.
No, I think
That's what I was insinuating.
That when you get a new champion like this placed in a really emotional storyline, this happened with CM Punk. We talked about that when we talked about Raw. That it's like a way to really solidify their title run when they overcome the odds. And it's a really, you really want to see the heel lose because they're bringing family and real life issues into this. So I think this is going to be the satisfying win for Charlotte that they wanted her ending Nikki Bella's reign to be.
All right. Kevin, Charlotte or Paige?
I'm also saying Charlotte because of exactly what Thomas was saying. They're making this an easy match to invest in.
Yeah.
Because you bring in an element like family or past history of something, and just about anybody on the planet can relate to that. Because we all have families. We all have people we're related to. That's what I'm saying. Most people can relate to this.
Orphans.
Yeah. God. Ouch.
We just called out all the orphans.
We love you, real life orphans.
The Wrestling Rundown does not condone the fight. Well, you know what? That'd be kind of fun to what? Let's do that. Orphan Royal Rumble.
And I challenge anyone to fight orphans at home.
Don't fight orphans at home. Wait. How would they fight?
Well,
adopt an orphan and then fight him at home.
Yeah.
This is getting weird. Who do you think's going to win?
I already said Charlotte.
Okay.
Because
that's right. I got distracted by the orphan talk.
It's just that thing, even if you don't get along with your family,
or orphans,
or your orphans, if you start bashing on somebody's family, they're probably gonna get defensive.
Oh yeah.
You'd feel the same way.
Yeah.
So you want to see Charlotte win because you get that personal connection.
Yeah. I'm going to make it a 3-way vote for Charlotte, just based on the fact, not only have they really set the table for this to be a satisfying win for Charlotte, but I think with the fact that we have all these divas on the roster now, all of them are getting the chance to shine. They are going to cash in on the fact that Charlotte is a ring general, and she can have good matches with every single one of them. Yeah. You've got a good chance with the saying that Becky Lynch is irrelevant. You have a good chance of turning her heel and having her versus Charlotte. We're going to get Charlotte versus Sasha eventually.
Yeah, I really want with Becky Lynch. I mean, maybe this would make her kind of irrelevant, but I think this would be a good way to keep her on the map while she's friends with Charlotte and not in the title picture. I want her to act as a sub-boss for Charlotte. So have, if, say, Paige and Charlotte's feud goes on for another couple months, then have, Sasha or Naomi trying to, be the next in line. They have to beat Becky in order to move on to Charlotte.
All right, that's fair.
She will be the Goro.
Yeah. That's a very strange image. I just imagine Becky with like 4 arms.
And huge and bald with a ponytail.
I wasn't gonna go that far, but now that's in my head.
Oh,
Thanks for ruining that.
You ever see Shiva?
Yeah.
Just imagine redheaded Shiva.
Mortal Kombat 3.
With that Irish brogue.
Okay, moving on.
She always pissed me off with that move where she'd jump off screen. And
Fuck that bitch. All right, moving on. We have 2 semifinals matches, which will lead into the finals of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship tournament. So let's go ahead and start off with Roman Reigns taking on Alberto Del Rio. This is an interesting matchup, to say the least. I'm not sure what
I don't know if interesting is the right word because we talked about how Del Rio's not that interesting in WWE.
No, I think Del Rio in that lucha sense.
Yeah.
Like he didn't. He should. Are you okay? Are you showing interest or are you like? Okay. No, I think Del Rio is going to be able to excel against someone like Roman Reigns with the fact that if he's trying to play that power game, he now has someone who is stronger than he is.
Yeah.
So I think with this, we're gonna see a lot. We're gonna see the heel side of Del Rio come out a lot in this match, as well as he's gonna be very vicious in this match, almost like kind of the way he was when he took the title away from Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Way back when. Like, we're gonna get that side of Del Rio, just because he knows that Roman Reigns is stronger than he is. But I still see Roman Reigns walking away with this.
Okay.
I don't see that going any other way. Kevin Hart.
Kudos to WWE for doing something that they will talk about, especially during the match and prior to the match happening at Survivor Series, and something that might be a coincidence, but I feel like it was too well thought out at this point. But realizing that during the match on Raw, Roman Reigns' arm became an issue.
Oh.
Going into Del Rio's match with him, Del Rio likes to favor the arm breaker. And I love when this happens. I just happen to catch it this time. Kudos, WWE, for pulling that out.
That's brilliant. All right.
But yeah, I'm still going with Roman Reigns because that's been my prediction from the very beginning.
Yeah. Well, I think it's pretty obvious what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So I want to add this little nugget that I hope happens before the match.
Okay.
Because if there's only 5 matches, I'm sure we're getting interviews. Assuming there's 5 matches, I'm sure we're getting interviews all throughout the night with the people going into their matches.
Yeah, and I'm sure Triple H will have something to say about it. And
so
Stephanie probably.
I really hope that Del Rio makes mention that when he returned,
he wanted pizza bagels.
He beat John Cena, and we haven't seen John Cena since. And now he's going to beat the new John Cena in Roman Reigns. I think that would be hilarious, and it might make me actually really be behind Del Rio for the night. With that said, Roman Reigns is going to punch him in the face.
Yes.
And then
really fucking hard.
Throw his shoulder into his ribs and then pin him.
Yeah. And we'll move on to our second.
I hope that he's in the cross arm breaker and he stands up out of it with him on his arm and throws him, and then Del Rio lands on his feet and then he does the Superman punch.
That'd be fantastic.
I just hope he pulls him off the ground and then just jumps up and punches him while he's still attached to his arm.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our other semifinals match where we have Kevin Owens taking on Dean Ambrose. This is going to be match of the night.
Yeah.
I am going to call it right now. You know what?
What are you going to call it?
Ghostbusters. No, No? Okay. No, between this match and Paige versus Charlotte. These two matches are going to fight for, what is match of the night. But Ambrose versus Owens, we got to see, this started to build, a couple weeks ago when we had the Team Reigns versus Team Rollins. We started to see the aggression that they had against each other, and now. We were already seeing that this was going to start building into a feud, and I think this is going to really jumpstart it, depending on what happens at the end of the tournament, obviously. But they are two, once again, very technically sound guys. Both of them very aggressive and like to throw caution to the wind. Almost, very, very much like their matches that they had going into the semifinals. Yeah. They're going to bring those same games, and it's going to be a lot of one-upsmanship, I feel like. Who do you think's taking it?
I'm going to say Ambrose.
You want Ambrose?
You're
seeing that brother versus brother finals?
Yeah, I really think that, and I don't know, I think that this is the thing, this is where I thought Kevin Hawk was going originally when he said he noticed what WWE was cleverly doing. Building up with Seth Rollins was the champion. And now he's hurt. And fighting for the title is going to be the Shield. The other two members of the Shield. That's what I think is going to happen. I think this match will be fantastic. And I think it will lead to future things between these two. But I think this time Ambrose is going to take the victory.
All right. Kevin Hawk. Dean Ambrose or Kevin Owens?
Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose? You going for the brother versus brother thing too?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I've gone into it multiple times over what I think is going to happen in the finals of this tournament.
Maybe?
Maybe not on camera, but I know I've at least said it to you 4 or 5 different times.
Tell it to the people.
Put it in a nutshell for the people.
All right. Well, first, who do you think is going to win?
I am actually going to go with Kevin Owens.
All right, good. Because I was starting to get afraid that the only differentiating thing in this entire thing was going to be Undertaker and Kane versus the Wyatts.
I'm going.
Ironically, what would be hilarious is if it ends up being Harper and Rowan, and we all get 1 point.
I'm going Kevin Owens. I think.
No, I take that back because if it's Harper and Rowan, I don't get any points.
I'm going with Kevin Owens based on the fact that I think, yes, it would be a very interesting dynamic to see two best friends, two guys that call themselves brothers, go against each other in the finals. But I think WWE wants to keep it face versus heel. It was supposed to be Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. If they're going to push Roman Reigns as that big babyface, they need someone extremely heel to counteract that. Granted, the fans probably aren't going to reflect that, but as far as the way they're written, we're going to see the big babyface Roman Reigns against the big heel Kevin Owens.
Yeah, okay. So, moving on, that puts us at the finals.
Yes.
Which I'm saying is Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose. He's saying is Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose. You're saying is Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens.
Yep.
And I'm going to say Roman Reigns is going to win.
Okay.
But this is my whole story arc until WrestleMania.
Okay. All right.
It's all hinging on what happens during this match. Because I think you're going to have... you have to go back in time. To, what, I think 1998?
Yes.
That's farther than I thought, but okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were going back a couple months. No, we're going back.
We've had this situation. We've had this situation before.
Jesus Christ. We're old.
Yeah. We've had this situation before where the title was vacated right before Survivor Series. And we had the Survivor Series Deadly Games tournament. That culminated in Mankind, who was associated with the corporation at the time, going against The Rock.
Okay.
What ended up happening in that match is the corporation screwed over Mankind, and The Rock became the corporate champion.
Yep.
I'm seeing that this is an exact parallel between the Samoan Rock's cousin Roman Reigns and the hardcore fan favorite Dean Ambrose.
Shit, I didn't even attribute the
This
fully
exact same
Ambrose
thing is going to
comparison.
happen, where the Authority is going to find a way to screw Dean Ambrose over. They're going to reveal that since maybe last week, Roman Reigns has been in cahoots with them the whole time. And here's my story arc. Get ready. I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible.
Do it.
Roman Reigns wins. Ambrose chases him for a minute. Authority keeps finding ways to keep Ambrose down. Roman Reigns goes on to fight Ziggler or Owens or Cesaro or anybody in the
Cesaro.
meantime. But then come January, Dean Ambrose will win the Royal Rumble, giving him the main event spot against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins will make a miraculous early comeback from his injury and say, well, he never lost the title, so he needs to be in the title picture. We end up with a WrestleMania main event being the triple threat match between the three Shield members for the WWE Championship.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you see Roman Reigns taking it in the finals?
Yes.
All right. I want... Okay, don't get me wrong. I think Del Rio is probably the only person that I don't want to see win the championship.
Yeah.
I am okay with any of the other three. I feel bad for Roman Reigns in this situation because I feel like his match against Rollins was going to make him... it was going to show that he was deserving of the title.
Yeah.
And now, if he wins it, people are going to be like, oh, well, he only won it because Seth Rollins isn't there.
Yeah.
For me, I want Owens to win it just for the fact that I want Roman Reigns to be able to earn it. And I think, obviously, he's earned his way by fighting through this tournament, but I want that one match, like that one match that he earns it in, through all these trials and tribulations. So, in a perfect world, I would like to see Kevin Owens win the title, maybe even call himself even better than Rollins, because, yeah, Rollins was champion and U.S. champion, but the Intercontinental title is always seen as better than the U.S. title, making...
Well, yeah, it's more and more continents.
Thank you.
6 more continents.
Owens saying, that makes him all the more better than Seth Rollins, and he fought his way through the tournament, blah, blah, blah. He becomes the new man in the Authority. And so then we get Roman Reigns chasing Kevin Owens, and then, maybe even have a babyface return of Seth Rollins saying, oh, okay, so I get hurt, doing all these things, working my way up, and then you just go ahead and you think you can replace me with someone like Kevin Owens, and then, have something build off of that heading into whatever happens next year. But with that said, I do see Roman Reigns finishing the tournament and becoming the WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
All right. Since we're so pretty much tied in the voting, I mean, there's one big difference that, one of us will probably be 1 point ahead. But I want to put one more card on the table to bid for an extra point that I hate. And I'll hate myself if this happens. I'm saying Sheamus for a cash-in.
Oh no. Oh, shit, you're right. I hate you, Thomas. Oh, God, he's probably right.
I just feel like nothing...
He's probably right.
Nothing big is happening at Survivor Series. And that's...
He's fucking right.
That's going to be their... look what we have. So...
Sheamus is going to join the fucking Authority. He's going to be the new...
If you are right, I'm going to hit Travis.
Why am I getting hit?
Get closer.
Yeah, you can't reach
We're
me.
going to switch spots next week.
I am petitioning with all my soul that I have, which isn't a lot.
He's selling his soul.
For this to not happen.
And if it does, have Roman Reigns Superman punch Sheamus and beat.
That's what should happen. Sheamus should be coming down for the cash-in, and Reigns should just Superman punch the briefcase.
Now your contract doesn't exist.
It becomes null and void.
Yeah. He's got like void written on his fucking.
He gets brass knuckles.
Just.
He gets a stamp. Just super punches.
But yeah, so
it makes sense, and that could be a reason why they're gonna have extra time. So there could be an extra match at the end if they have Sheamus and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Actually have a match.
Why'd you have to bring up that horrible, horrible idea?
Because I think it's gonna happen.
I have a feeling though. Okay, here's I have a feeling. If the cash-in happens, I still think Roman Reigns is gonna walk away champion.
Okay.
Because of the fact that yes, we're having this. Oh, it would have meant a lot more if Roman Reigns beat Seth Rollins for the title. But how could we make Roman Reigns look stronger than beating 3 guys in one night?
True. Okay.
Yeah.
At the same time,
Thank you for not.
Going off of also why Roman Reigns, even if my story arc is complete and utter bullshit, and none of it even comes near happening.
I hope it does because it's a good fucking story.
I look at it as WWE's not going to put the title on Dean Ambrose.
Right.
Definitely not.
Just because, I feel like he's going to be one of those guys that maybe never even holds the World Heavyweight Championship. And they're not going to put it on Del Rio or Kevin Owens because they're both current champions. And I don't think they're going to do that quite so back-to-back with the fact that Seth Rollins just did it a few months ago.
Yeah.
So Roman Reigns is the only logical choice at this point.
Yeah. I would like just the fact that he's made such an impression. I think it would be great to have Owens win it super early, because I think he's done enough to deserve it. It's not very often that I say, oh yeah, within 7 months of you being around, sure you deserve to be champion. But I legitimately think he does deserve to be champion. He has done enough. He's had enough amazing matches. He's had great storylines. I would not be upset having Owens win the championship because I would imagine that it's going to be a short reign anyway. But and I think it would just.
No, that's a Samoan midget.
On that note, thanks for watching the Survivor Series predictions.
Possibly part 1.
Possibly part 1. Be sure to check out part 2 if there is one, if they add more matches.
No.
But be sure to like, favorite, subscribe. Post down in the comments who you think is going to be winning at Survivor Series. Click all those links down there. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Reddit. Both of our emails. Send us some questions, whatever you want. Check out the SoundCloud. Listen to us on the podcast. And also check out that playlist because there's going to be all kinds of videos once this video is up. At this point, there's going to be a Raw review, midweek wrap-up, SmackDown rundown, and coming up next will be part 2 of Survivor Series predictions, if there is one. And after that will be Indie News.
Perfect.
I have gas right now. We need to... But I'm not... Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys at whatever video you're watching. Don't look at me like that. You're judging me right now.
All the judgment.